welcome or welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're all doing really well whenever this message finds you. So this is going to be another collective reading. So when this finds you, it's for you. And if you feel guided to watch this, then it's definitely for you as well. Okay, so let's get started by pulling from the tarot and we'll just see what wants to come out. What does a collective need to know today? Oh, almost fell there. Ooh, 10 of Cups, 10 of Shells, blessings, well-being, beautiful energy. Okay, I'm getting this strong message right away. If this is not your message, do not take it. But for those that are trying to have children, that's definitely in the cards for you very, very soon. If you're trying to get pregnant is what I'm feeling, honestly. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, it's going to happen for you. Okay, yeah. That could be like a very small message for like one person. So again, don't take that if that does not resonate with you. But if you're trying to build a family or meet someone that is going to build a family with you, that's definitely happening. And this is happening because you've started taking care of yourself. You started taking your life more seriously. You started caring more about your well-being. And sometimes people think that when we focus on just ourselves and our own healing, that we neglect everybody else and that we come off selfish. But that's not true. I feel that it's the opposite. It's like the other way around. When you pour onto your own cup, you're then able to be there for others more authentically. And that's what you've been doing. And that's why your blessings are coming through. I just heard tenfold. Okay, so especially if you've kind of had like a stagnant energy with your blessings coming through, I feel that that stagnancy is ending and there's going to be like a backlog of blessings pouring in. And it's because you've been taking care of yourself. That's the energy I'm feeling, especially if you're an overgiver. Okay, I feel like I'm tapping into a collective that's like very empathic and very hard to say no to others. And I feel that your journey recently has been to say no more and to set boundaries. And in doing so, you are honoring yourself most importantly. And by honoring yourself, you're finally getting in alignment with your dreams, your wishes, your desires, your destiny. Okay. So with this 10 of Cups, I feel like that's what's happening for you right now. You're making space for your blessings to come in. But for a lot of you, this definitely feels like babies. Okay. So whether you are trying to adopt or even if it's a furry baby, okay, it doesn't necessarily have to be a child that you're trying to have. This could be simply wanting to grow your family. For some of you, this could be moving in with your partner, taking it to the next level. Okay, taking your relationship to the next level. If you've been in a long-term relationship and you're looking to ascend to a higher level of commitment, I do feel that a lot of you are going to get engaged, or some of you are already engaged, and obviously marriage is the next level. Okay, but yeah, 10 of Cups is like all your dreams coming true. So this is a great start to the reading. Let's see what else. Oh my God, what else wants to come through? Yeah, all the cards just almost flew right now. So the energy is strong. Okay, yeah, Ace of Crystals, Ace of Pentacles, manifestation, prosperity. Exactly. It's all coming to the surface is what I'm feeling. It feels like everything's been working behind the scenes. You haven't seen much results. You haven't seen much action. And with this Ace of Pentacles, it's all starting to happen. Okay. And again, it's because you are finally putting yourself in alignment with your wishes, your dreams, your desires. You're manifesting this in, you're attracting this in. And it's your success, it's your prosperity. And there's a panda in this one, so maybe you feel a connection to pandas. Maybe you have some connection to China is what I'm feeling there. It does not have to be the case, of course. But yeah, with the 10 of Cups and the Ace of Crystals, when we bring this together, Ace of Pentacles, excuse me. Yeah, like literally have no other words to say but like that your blessings are genuinely coming in. And you've been doing the work with the Ace of Pentacles. It's not like you are just waking up one day and voila, your dreams are coming true. No, you've been putting in the work with the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, you've planted the seed and that seed is now growing and you're starting to see it sprout. Maybe you've been waiting for some sign that your dreams and wishes are coming true, that your efforts are being paid off. Okay, sometimes not even our dreams and wishes, it's literally like our results, our efforts. And I feel like you've planted the seed quite some time ago and you've done the work and now you're going to start to see it all come into fruition. So I do feel like if money worries have been an issue in your family, that's going to change too. Some of you may get a new job or a new source of income, or you're being guided to look elsewhere. Okay, if you're not happy with where you're currently at, whether that's a job or whatever it is, if you're feeling guided to pick up a second source of income, that's definitely a message that's coming through for you. Okay, because I feel like a lot of you already have a family and you want to make sure that your family's good. It's not just about you, it's about everybody. It's about keeping a roof over everyone's head. Okay, let's see what else. Seven of Cups, Seven of Shells in this deck. Choice, ambitions. Okay, so yeah, a lot of you are going to have choices from all the things that you've planted. And it's important to choose one, to like laser focus on one of those options, okay? Because the Ace of Pentacles makes me feel like one thing at a time, like having your eyes set on one target, not a bunch of things. It gets crazy that way. So make a choice about where you want to exert your energy. Because if your head is all over the place, you know, that saying where Jack of all trades, master of none. And you want to be master of at least one thing instead of being good at a bunch of things. You want to at least master something. Okay, so some of you could be getting your master's degree as I'm saying that, or you're wanting to go back to school in order to up-level your education, your career. So if that's something you've been thinking about, it's time to make a decision on that. Like if you want to keep working like a 9-to-5 job or something, or if you want to go back to school, if you have the means for that, of course, or if you want to leave all of that together and start your own business. So there's a lot of choices you have. So it's time to make a decision about what you're going to do instead of thinking about it all the time, because I feel like, not to put pressure on you, but I do feel like the clock is ticking. And you're very ambitious is what I'm feeling with the word saying ambitious in this card. You're a very ambitious person. So as long as you decide on one avenue to pursue and you stick to it, you're going to be very, very successful if you're not already. Okay. All right, let's keep going. The World, yeah, fulfillment, celebration, exactly. A lot of you are completing a cycle right now. The tables are turning. I keep feeling like there's going to be a shift in perspective, a shift in your timeline. Okay, so I feel like you're going to be closing a chapter and starting a new one, obviously, but I feel that you could be in this energy of uncertainty with that Seven of Cups coming through, of like confusion, not knowing what to do. You have a goal in mind. I definitely feel that. You just are thinking of a way to execute that plan. But with the World card, I feel that you're already coming to a conclusion. You're coming to a phase of knowing where you need to go next. Okay, I feel that this is a time worth celebrating too, because maybe you've been wondering what to do for so long and you're finally going to have that aha moment, that revelation, that epiphany of knowing what's next, of knowing what to do. And some of you could be moving the world. Some of you, whatever is next for you involves travel. So for some of you, your next goal is to travel the world essentially, or just be more worldly, go global. Some of you could be starting an online business. If you've been thinking about that, that's definitely coming through as a message to go for it, to pursue that. Because we definitely live in the day and age where we can now start our own business online. We don't need to rely on employers for income. And I feel that a lot of you that are watching this are definitely looking for different ways to make a living because you're tired of clocking in and someone telling you when to take your lunch and relying on someone else's time for permission. So with the world, I feel like you're not just thinking from a microscope perspective, you're thinking worldly, you're thinking outside of the box. Okay. And whatever it is you're wanting to pursue, you're definitely being pushed by your spirit team to go in that direction. Like they want you to pursue this. Like online business is screaming to me right now. And again, and I just saw 1111 as I said that. So yeah, this is your confirmation to start your online business, to put it simply. Okay. You're going to be successful. You are. If you've been wondering, am I going to be successful? You are. It's going to bring you a lot of fulfillment and it's worth celebrating. And I feel that what's also worth celebrating is the fact that you are becoming aware of this for yourself. Maybe you thought in the past, oh no, there's no way I could ever do something like that. Like that's like 1 in a million chance. But no, you're starting to see that you're worthy of it too, and you are capable of it too. And I think that was the biggest hurdle to get past was you. You are standing in your own way. And sometimes it happens to the best of us all. Okay, so don't feel bad about that. At least now you know what you need to do. Okay. Two of Acorns, insight, focus. Two of Acorns is the Two of Wands, so fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And I didn't feel guided to bring that up about any of the other cards. So this is significant. So maybe I have a strong fire sign collective watching right now, or you just feel very passionate and excited to pursue whatever this dream is. Okay. But like I'm saying, it says insight and focus. And the Two of Wands is about already choosing and making a plan to execute whatever it is that you chose. Okay, so I feel that after getting out of that set of Seven of Cups energy where you were confused about what to do, now you're making a plan about moving forward. Okay, and it's definitely time to focus in, laser focus, I'm hearing. So no distractions, no like being pulled in different directions. It's time to just like laser in, shut out the noise around you, and focus on your plan here. Okay, and insight. So pay attention to any insight that you can receive from other people that have done this already, whether that's on YouTube. There's so many resources online. YouTube is one of them. Okay, so looking for insight from other people that have already done this. Okay, whether it's on YouTube or reading books. Okay, but educating yourself on how to make this happen. Okay, because I'm being pulled back now to the beginning where I said that family was in the cards for some of you. Some of you are trying to have babies, okay? And a lot of you are wondering, like, okay, how am I going to be a parent and work full time? And I feel like a lot of you want to be able to have the flexibility of working from home or running your own online business while you have a family so you can always be there for them. Because for a lot of you, it's really important to be the one to take care of your children versus giving them up, or not giving them up, excuse me, but leaving them at daycare all day is what I'm trying to say. King of Feathers, King of Swords, logic and justice. So yeah, instead of, I feel like you've been dreaming, you've been in this like whimsical energy. Maybe you felt like it was a fantasy to tap into this energy, but it's not. This is definitely something that can happen for you. Now you just got to get logical about it. Okay, so now it's time to come up with a plan that is logical, because manifestation takes two energies. You need like the spiritual side, but you also need like the 3D, the tangible. And when you put those two together, you can literally make magic happen. You can make your manifestations happen like that. I've done it myself before. So dreaming is one aspect of manifestation, but if you don't put in the action, right, like the feminine energy, the masculine energy, if you don't bring those together, nothing's going to happen. You can't have too much of the other either. So I feel that you've been already in that like feminine energy, regardless of gender, where you're dreaming about what to do, you're, fantasizing about it, visualizing. Visualizing is obviously a huge technique in manifestation. Um, but I feel that now when you mix that with logic and putting your ideas to paper, that's when you're going to start to see things shifting. That's when you're going to really start seeing movement. Okay, so it's time to bring all your ideas that are in your head and like bring them to the surface, put them on paper, make them tangible. Start doing the things that you're thinking about in waking life. Okay, that's what I'm feeling with the King of Swords. Yeah, and by doing that, with justice, it says justice right here. So with justice, I feel like that's the balance I'm talking about. The balance between the feminine and masculine energies, the logic and the spiritual side of things. So when you bring the balance to that, you're going to be able to really execute your manifestations, your dreams, your desires, what's meant for you. Okay, I did give a whole spiel about my opinion on manifestation in my last reading. So if you want to watch that, you can, just to get like a little idea. But basically, I just said that sometimes manifestation, if you're not in alignment with what's meant for you, it's not going to happen. And sometimes, you're trying to manifest something that's not even meant for you, it's not going to happen. But when it is meant for you, you can definitely get into alignment with it much faster than if you're just dilly-dallying and not, you know, putting yourself in situations that are going to help bring your dreams and wishes. And in this case, for example, with you, if you're trying to manifest an online business, you have to execute a plan. You can't just dream about it and wish for it and hope that it happens. And, also, if an online business wasn't meant for you, it wouldn't manifest. But if it is, which I definitely feel for you, it's like coming through very strongly, like you are meant to pursue an online business. Okay. As long as you get into alignment with it and you do the necessary work to make it happen, it's going to happen. Okay, so Two of Crystals. This is the Two of Pentacles, balance and adaptability. Okay, balance is coming through very strongly in this reading. So definitely getting into balance with those energies that I'm talking about. I feel that a lot of you are overgiving yourselves in different areas and you have to balance that out. Okay, so you could be overexerting yourself, like in your corporate job, for example, and not put in enough time building your online business on the side. This is just an example. It's going to be different for everybody, but just the example that I'm getting, it's like you're so caught up in your 9 to 5 job and you're stressing about that instead of course, still do your job, show up and respect the people you work with. I'm not saying just stop caring about it. Like, you still need to pay the bills. But what I'm trying to say is that you have to learn how to juggle the two. Okay. You have to learn how to adapt. And I will say for me, just like my own personal experience, it is hard to balance the two. Trust me, why do you think I disappear on YouTube a lot? But it's so true. Like, you get so wrapped up in your 9 to 5 job that you sometimes don't have the energy to pursue your passion. And I feel like the message today is definitely to figure out a game plan so that you can put your energy into what you love, okay? While also still paying the bills, of course. So you have to figure out a game plan, essentially, okay? And I feel like that's the hardest part, is trying to figure out, okay, I'm so spread thin. How am I going to make time for this? Especially if you have a family, especially if you have other obligations, it's hard. But I do feel that once you tackle your way of making that plan for yourself, it's a no-brainer. You're going to be successful in creating that online business, okay? Or just finding a different avenue. Okay, it doesn't have to be an online business, but that's just the strongest example that's coming through. But whatever avenue you want to pursue, okay, whether it's juggling school and work, it's like finding the balance between the two, adapting to both. Because you have to understand that that's just temporary. You're not going to be hustling day and night like that forever. And of course, you shouldn't hustle day and night. You should definitely take rests in between. Otherwise, you're going to burn out. And you're no good when you're burnt out. Okay, so finding a way to adapt, adjust, and balance all of that. It's obviously going to be different for everybody, but once you figure out your game plan there, again, it's a no brainer that you'll be successful in whatever it is that you're pursuing. Okay, let's see what else. King of Cups, King of Shells, harmony and integrity. Ooh, okay, so make sure that whatever you're pursuing is aligned with your integrity. The way you move, trying to execute this plan is aligned with you, aligned with your integrity, and that it brings you harmony. Because if you feel like it's bringing you more stress, it's making you like irritable with your family members, it's costing you your life, like maybe you're putting in so much effort that you don't even have time to take a break or socialize. Like I'm saying, it's really important to find a balance there. Okay, so harmony is coming through. So make sure that the way you pursue this is harmonious and that you don't get overwhelmed to the point where you just give up altogether, because that's not what your spirit team want you to do. They want you to pursue this, but in a way that is aligned with you and it doesn't cost you your integrity. Okay, so I'm not sure why integrity is coming through that way, but I think it'll make sense to you when it happens, or just as you're like digesting this message right now. But something about integrity is going to be really important. Yeah, for a lot of you, for example, I think you're just not happy with your corporate jobs because a lot of you just are not in alignment with it. Okay, it's not aligned with your morals and values and your integrity. And that's something to remember. That's like what your spirit team want you to know, to sort of light the fire in your ass. It's like to remind you that's not in alignment with you. So don't be there forever. You need to come up with a game plan because you need to get out of there, essentially. Okay. So this message is for people who are like working corporate jobs to pay the bills, but who you are at the core is like someone very creative, someone very like imaginative. You love the arts. Maybe you work at a job that's like uses up so much logic and so much like technical stuff. Okay. Whether that's like a tech job or just a corporate job in general, it's like very dense. It's not who you are at the core. You want something where you can express your imaginative side, your creative side, your artsy side. So I feel like you are the King of Cups, right? We have the King of Cups and the King of Swords. So this is what I'm talking about, the duality here, the dual nature. I feel like at work you have to be a King of Swords, or you're very to the T. You can't mess up. If you do, you're frowned upon. Whereas the King of Cups here, it's like a more loving, whimsical energy. There isn't really errors to be made because you're just creating, you're just making art. Like there's no way to like fuck that up, is what I'm feeling, because you can always try again. Whereas here, if you do fuck something up, there's consequences. Okay, so I feel like your spirit team want to remind you, like, in order to give you the motivation to pursue your passions, is to remind you that wherever you're at in that corporate job, it's just not in alignment with you. You're not happy there. It's draining you. For some of you, with logic and justice and harmony and integrity, for some of you, you could work like in law, okay, and maybe you want to transition over to something more creative. And for some of you, I'm feeling like your family frowns upon that. Like they think, like, why would you leave a stable job and not pursue your passion, essentially, right? But you can't really trust employers these days. You can get fired any second. So I feel like some of you need to also have like a game plan on how you're going to discuss your game plan with others, whether that's family, or you don't even need to mention anything. But I feel like for some of you, you do need to have like a conversation crafted so that when they do question like why you left that job, you already know what to say and you won't be insecure about it. Okay, we're at 25 minutes, so let's just see what else wants to come through. But I feel like we definitely got somewhere there. Page of Crystals, yep. Page of Pentacles, ideas, discipline, beautiful, exactly. You have so many ideas, so many ideas. Like I just feel like you have so much, and you got to narrow down the sights, and be disciplined with what it is that you want to execute. Okay. Yeah, like I was saying, you're so much in your head and the clouds. It's time to bring that all down and like be tangible with that. Be concrete, write it down, make it happen. Don't dream about it anymore, do it. Okay? And I feel like I'm channeling your spirit team. They're like nudging you in the right direction. It's almost like a little bit of tough love because I kind of want to be meaner, but I'm stopping myself because, it's a YouTube reading. But they are a little bit like, I don't want to say frustrated with you. It's just more like the way you would tell a younger sibling, like, just do it. What are you waiting for? Like that's the energy I'm feeling as I'm in this like channeling this energy right now. It's like they want you to just freaking do it. So you have so many ideas. I think a lot of you just lack the discipline to execute those ideas. And once you figure out the discipline, you're good to go. There's no stopping you whatsoever. And like I'm saying, I think the biggest thing that's been in the way is you. Once you get out of your own way, nothing can stop you. You know how people say, like, once I lose 10 pounds, it's over for you bitches? Like, with you guys, I definitely feel like once I get out of my own way, it's over for everyone. Because it is. Like, I feel like you guys have been your biggest blockages, and it's time to remove those blockages. And it's fear based. It's you're scared that you're gonna fail. You're scared that everybody was right, that you shouldn't have left your corporate job, or you're scared to do something different. You're scared to step out of the unknown or out of your comfort zone into the unknown. It is daunting, but the reward definitely outweighs the risk, and you have to at least take that leap of faith and take that risk in order to see what your spirit team are talking about. Because I feel like the fact that you have the yearning for it is because it's meant for you. Okay, and like I'm saying, you can only manifest things that are meant for you, and for you guys this is meant for you. So you just have to like get into the energy of creating it and making it happen, co-creating with the universe in order to make it happen. Okay, and that's what I feel with this Page of Pentacles. It's like you got to start somewhere. And I think a lot of you also take a bigger bite than you can chew, and then you get overwhelmed and you stop. Okay, I feel like you have so many ideas that you use, like one day just do a bunch of things and the next day you're burnt out, you do nothing. But they want you to start slow, take bite-sized pieces, take your time. Okay, spread it out is what I'm feeling. Like spread out your game plan, spread out your to-do list. Don't do it all in one day. And don't feel like you're going to be an overnight success either. Get that out of your head, is what I just heard. Get that out of your head, because some of you feel like you're going to be an overnight success. I think because, in this day and age with the internet, people do become an overnight success. People go viral in 24 hours and their life changes. And I think a lot of us think that's going to happen for us, but for the majority, it's not. So you have to put in the work. And it's going to feel more fulfilling knowing that you put in the work and that you then received the reward versus someone who got it really easy. They're not going to appreciate it. They're going to take it for granted, but you won't. You're going to be very grateful for it when it happens to you because you put in the work, your blood, sweat, and tears. Okay, so let's wrap this reading up with an oracle from the geometry deck. Okay, yep, heart chakra. Number 4, the color green is coming through, and it says, the frequency of the heart chakra, the green flower of life, supports our capacity to love deeply and unconditionally. Its healing properties harmonize the mind and the body. So we're getting the message of harmony again, which I feel that you guys could be living disharmoniously right now. Your mind and your body may not even be connected to each other. And I think the answer to that is because your heart chakra is not balanced, perhaps, or again, you're just not pursuing your passions. You're not pursuing what you love. You're not following your heart. Follow your heart. Like, that's going to lead you where you need to go. We live so much in this like logical brain where I feel we need both. We definitely need both, but I do feel like in order to be successful in this like patriarchy, we need to be in that logical mind. But I feel like that's starting to shift. And people are going to start to see that. And I think we already have as a collective. It's starting to shift. It's not all about the materialism. It's not all about the money in the bank. It's about what you love, okay? Because you cannot take your fancy car or your big house with you when you pass away. You know what I mean? You can only take the love and the memories you've shared with the people on this earth. And I feel like this is coming through as a reminder because I feel like a lot of you get lost in the sauce, okay? And it's not your fault. It's definitely like the way society's being programmed right now with just social media in general. We're just being fed trash. We're being fed garbage. And we need to get back into our heart space. And I feel that when you get lost in that, you forget who you are and you forget to pursue your dreams. Not because you want to be rich and famous, not because you want to have $1 million in the bank. Okay, it's because you're doing what you're meant to do on this earth. You're pursuing your purpose, your passion, and it's what's in alignment with you. Okay, if you're watching this reading, you're obviously spiritual and more tapped in than most of the world. And you're on this earth for a reason. You have a purpose to pursue, you have a life mission. And if you're not fulfilling that mission, you're out of alignment and you're going to be very, very unhappy. You're going to live in disharmony. So I feel like your spirit team with this reading, I just saw 3232. So look at that angel number, but it's the combination of number 3 and 2. But I feel like your spirit team are trying to put you back on track, back on the wagon. I just heard. So it's like you got off the wagon, it's time to put you back on the wagon. So you need to get back on track, essentially. I think you lost track for a little bit. And hey, we've all freaking been there, okay? We've all been there. So yeah, just follow your heart, follow what's true and dear to you, because you know what that is. You know what that is. I keep hearing that. You know what it is. It's obviously going to be different for everybody, but you know what that is. All right, so that is what I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this message. I hope it brought you the clarity insight that you were looking for. And if it did, please give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Share this video with your other friends. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in your next reading. Bye.